$1 billion index. We'll start with that. I believe we're live. Good afternoon, traders. Okay, good. A video, you guys. Thank you. Just confirming my side that we're live. So, good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to this special session we're doing here today. So, as promised, today I will give you the 3 names of the 3 people who actually got the free accounts to trade from FundedNext. We want to thank them for that. I think it's generous of them to give out 3 of these for further I don't know, promotion with them. Whether we will do it or not, we're still negotiating. I'm negotiating so that we can get more free accounts to give to you guys. I think they have limited free accounts that they can give away. So I'm still trying my best to see if we can get at least 2. They're limiting to 6K's account. So I would need you to tell me if 6K account is good for you. So what we would do is probably, I don't know, we'll create a poll or something, or we'll just ask and then you will, type Y yes or no, or just give us a yes if you think you would like a 6K account. Then I would go and negotiate with them, but don't do this yet. Coming to the end of the session, I will do that. So please stay to the end of the session and then we will do that. We'll try to see again. They're also giving a 10% discount if you're buying accounts from them, because the whole idea of doing promotion is that people will go buy accounts from them. Now, I hope this doesn't hurt what they do or what I'm going to say now, but in general, I believe you should not buy account unless you were a successful trader. That's just my view as a trader. And it's not only from them. Anywhere, you should not be buying any account unless you're actually sure you can make success in it. So what I think you should do is take a demo account and practice. Use the same criteria that they have, practice. And if you made it, if you pass, a free demo account on any broker, if you pass, then great. You can go buy an account from them and repeat the same thing. If you think you pass, but you're not sure you knew everything that you did, you can probably take a second account and do it. Right? That way you're confident that you at least have enough knowledge to make it positive. Now, let's say you take 1 account, you fail, you take 2 accounts, you fail. And I don't mean buy the account, I mean just demo account from your brokers and you fail. Then it wouldn't have made sense for you to buy it because you would fail anyways. Right? It will still be a failure. So what you need to do is learn to trade, and that's where I come in. Right? That's where, if you want to learn to trade, you have access to join us. Either become a full-time trader, which would cost you money. And I assume if you're buying a small account, you don't have that kind of money to join me. The cost is $2,500, but you have lifetime access. For those traders who are with me 4 or 5 years, they can tell you that is no money for what they got for the 5 years, right? The amount of time, just the time, forget about the knowledge. Knowledge is free. There's no price on knowledge. No one is able to put a price on knowledge at any given time. The amount of time that I've given them trying to pass that knowledge on to them is what you're going to put a price on, right? You only can value your time. You can't value the knowledge you have, right? When you go to a doctor, he doesn't charge you for the diagnosis he makes. He charges you for the time, right? He charges you for the visit, and your visit is limited to about half an hour, right? So the doctor is selling his time to you, and then everybody comes with a different thing, right? He may just look at you and say, oh, no, you're okay, you can go home. You still have to pay for the visit because you're paying for the time. You can't pay for his knowledge. The same thing with a lawyer or with any person, right? When you take a lawyer, you're paying for his time per hour, right? And each lawyer will tell you what their hour cost, right? How much working hours they're giving you, not the value of the knowledge they're giving you, because there's no price to knowledge. So take 5 years of my time every day, 5 hours a day, and tell me what's the cost if you pay $2,500. I think it's pretty cheap. And since I'm giving you that for a lifetime, it's going to be really, really cheap. So you are only paying for 6 weeks of that time. That's the course. I think I'm valued that much for the course, which is 6 weeks of intensive training for you to get that knowledge. be able to use it correctly, being corrected, being allowed to do practice, and all of that, ask questions and everything. And then the rest of the time is absolutely free. So you decide. That's now, if you don't have that money, and I assume a lot of you don't have that money, if you're looking for a funded account, then the next opportunity you have is to join us as an installment trader, which means you can pay a monthly if you have $100. If you pay now, we will give you access to the end of February. For the first month, you join now, you get access to the end of February, and then you get to decide whether that is helping you or not. This is like a trial. You're paying $100 just to see whether this knowledge is what you want. What that will give you is access to the live sessions we do in London and New York, 2 live sessions. If you're watching my video for the first time and you want to know what those live sessions look like, go back on my YouTube channel, and there's a lot of those live sessions we did. You can go and see what we do there. This is going to be a live session once I'm finished here, right? And you would get to see what this live session looks like. So I don't want to make it too long. Let me go straight into showing you the 3 names that I got from the company for the winning of the account, right? So I'll just bring up the chat with them here. I hope I'm not exposing anything that is not. So this is the chat with them. FundedNext, you can see that partners. And that is this morning. I asked them, I said, please give me the names of the winners, because I'm going to give it out this afternoon. And hello, he said, this is the name. So you can see the names there. I know only one person in this name, that is Ivan. Congratulations to Ivan. He's in the group. He's been with us for a very long time. I don't know the other 2 emails. But here's what you're going to do. Are the other 2 people in here? Can you give me a yes if you're in here? Either on YouTube or on if you're in the chat. The other 2 people, you know your emails, right? Just give me a Y if you're here, a yes or something, so we know you're here and you want it. Because if you're here and you want it, you should get it, right? So who are the other 2 emails? I don't see Ivan here either. Is Ivan in the room? None of the 3 people. Oh, one person. Isaac is here. Okay, one person is here. Ivan, I'll tell Ivan this mess. Who's the other person? I think Johnson. Who is Johnson? Okay, so we would have to get this message to Johnson. I have no idea who he is. So I'm not sure how this is going to work. I hope he does watch this video, because this is what you have to do, right? You have to contact FundedNext, tell them you want it through these very same emails that you used. And this is what they want from you, right? They want your email address, which is when you send email, they'll get your address. They want your full name, your country, and your Twitter, Instagram username. I don't know why. You talk to them directly. So the 3 winners are here. Please contact them. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, JC Johnson 0801. I see he is in our group. That's James Johnson.
That's James Johnson, and he's not here too, right? Okay, so 2 people from the group and 1 from. That's good. That's good job. I mean, most of the people who registered were from our group as well, because very few people registered. Only 31 emails I got that I sent to them, which is strange. I thought I got about 100 emails. So these are the 3 winners. Congratulations to you guys. Thanks to FundedNext for this. If you guys want to buy an account from them, they are willing to give you 10% discount. I will give you the link for that if you want to buy it. Like I said, you have to be a winning trader before you do that. Make sure you're a winning trader. So learn to trade well. And if you do, you will need money to be successful. If you need money, if you really want to make a lot of money, you will need to borrow money to trade, right? Here's the advantage of that. So now that we're over this, the names are out. You know the names. You guys are going to send your details to them. All of them, I am not sure about that. But if all of them are, then great. But that's not something I had any say over, right? So I did not choose any winner. Yes, go ahead.
These people have registered already with FundedNext. So I guess if FundedNext has their email account,
yes, so they have to contact
FundedNext. They will just get the account probably in their.
So Isaac, you contact them and tell them you will contact them through this email. They know who you are, and they will set you up with the 15K account. Right. So from there we wish you good luck, and all the other guys, we'll let them know tomorrow if they're in our group, and then we'll wish them good luck for that. Right. So make sure you guys, if you need help in following up on those accounts to make sure you don't fail with them, I'm here. Send me a message anytime. Right. So good job. Now, we would like to have more to share to you guys, so I hope I can negotiate more for you. And all of you go and register with them eventually when we do the draw. You can register with them for an account anytime. You don't have to buy one as such as yet. If you're successful, you need to buy, great. But what we can do in the future is we will take all the names here, all the emails from here when we do a live session, and the draw will be only with the people who come to the live session. So in the future, if we're going to share all these accounts, you have to be in that session, because the emails from that session will be what we will give to them to do the draw, or we will do the draw ourselves. We can literally, we'll figure out the program that does the drawing, and we can do it live so you guys can see, right? The three names, Victor, can you post them out there? I think somebody's trying to, Christina, I think, is looking for them, right? Ivan from the group, and I think James Johnson from our group, I'm not sure, right? So, okay, with that said, let's go, right? Congratulations to those guys. You got the three account they promised they gave us. Thanks to FundedNext for that. They kept their words. So let's go. Let's start. We have news coming up in about 25 minutes. So let's start setting up for the news. I will set this up for the news. And those traders who are watching us, please just watch how we do this, because we trade it in the 1 minute. Is a specific type of strategy we use on the 1 minute for momentum, catching momentum in the market when it's moving fast. I don't think it's something you may want to do if you've never done it with us. So with that said, let's move on. Let's start. I'm going to go. Give me 1 second. Let me reset all my screens. Yep. I'm going to start with dollar index. Dollar index is going sideways. The week started with everything going sideways and nothing has changed. We're still going sideways. I think this should make a move up. We're expecting a move up like this, either like this or like this. So we could get a sudden spike here, and then it was going to come right back down. Now, the spike could go all the way to the top here before it comes back. That is going to make a flat here for upside. It's rare that this is going to take off and don't come back. Now, here's the thing. Can it drop also? Can we look at this as a flat? As a 1, 2, 3 with an expanding flat in here, and this one drops there? It's possible, but it's less likely. It is less likely that it's going to drop. It's more likely that it's going to go up. So if we have to trade this, we'll have to trade it for a buy setup. Now, remember, you're still trading in the consolidation. So even if it gets a spike, it could be a very small spike. You have to be able to get out really quick, which means you'll have to take break even. Congratulations, Ivan. You won one of the accounts. All right. So put it here, entry order for the buy. And if this spike is only to this point and coming back, we will close that trade as fast as we can. Silver. Silver, we're looking for the sell, and I'm very happy that it actually went up, because this gives us an advantage. I'll take this out now. I'll take these arrows out. And we can go for the sell on silver. Let's see how far this drops. So the sell on silver would be here, and there's a good chance it's going to break this low. It could drop, break the low, and then go back up, right? Drop, break this low, and then probably go back up. So the sell on silver makes sense. If it drops straight through the bottom, we're going to assume that that was all the consolidation we have there, right? So the sell is a good one. We'll go with the sell on silver. I'll put this as a sell. For gold, we really don't have a trade setup. Even if it goes up, I don't think it's going to go really far, right? I think it might just break this, stop, and come back. If we're looking at this as a possible, let's say an expanding flat in the middle here, and we're thinking 1, 2, 3, this making a small flag, it could do this. But once it does that, we will be in this flat. So there's a chance that the up move is going to be really small and then it comes down. Now, can it drop from here? Well, that is a possibility, but we don't have a great sell setup. That's the problem, is that this consolidation here does not make for a good sell setup. It makes for a move that could come here and then go back up. So you don't want them to tag you here and go right back up. In the news event, you will not be able to exit that trade. Out of the news event, we will be able to exit that trade. We do have strategies how to do that. Euro. Okay, euro is going up back. We got this running flat here. And it's making a new high. So we've got one consolidation, another one consolidation, another one. I think at some point this thing has to come down. Even if we take this to be the expanding flat in here, right? And this is a 1, 2, 3. And we are going up for this one. All they need to do is break that up and turn. Right? So buying this one here is not, buying it here is not a good idea. Right? So I think once it breaks this top, there's a good chance we could come lower. Can it spike up all the way to the top here? Even if it's going to do that, we don't have a good buy setup here, because once it breaks this top, it can come right back down. So, and can we sell it here? That's the next one. What if we're selling it there for it to come back to here and then go up? The sell setup is not so great, but it's the better one, because if you put a sell here, the only time, and it drops, it's going to break this low before it goes back up. Most likely, I think we might break that up, but if it dropped from here, it's going to break the low first. So we can go with the sell, and that gives us about 20 pips away. So that should be a good sell setup. So we put this as a sell. We're not going to put any trade on in gold. On Pong, definitely a sell. We're definitely putting a sell setup on the Pong here for one more drop. You got to make sure it's 20 pips or so, 20 plus pips away from the price. Why is that? Because from that price, it can, if they widen the spread and you're too close, it could drag you to the opposite direction should it go up. So you want to stay away from that, right? So keep that out of the range, and we will see how it goes. Now, 80% of the time or more, nothing happens. So there's a good chance that nothing is going to happen here. Aussie. That looks like a little flag there, which means we can take the risk of buying Aussie. I think we can put an entry order here and see how far that goes. Right? See if it actually takes off. It could go. If this is all the flat, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is all. If this is all the correction, there's a good chance this could go pretty high. So we could put a buy on Aussie. If it's going to drop through there, the downside is limited. So we could put a buy here as an active buy. New Zealand. Nope, we're not going to take the buy. I expect this to go up. It might just tag that top, but it's coming back down. So I don't think we're going to put buy. We can't trade the New Zealand. We leave it. CAD. We're definitely putting a buy in the CAD. I'm actually happy that it came down here, because now we can put the entry of the day for the buy. CAD is a buy. By the way, you notice I'm buying Aussie and I'm buying CAD. For traders who have never seen us do this, this is pretty normal. We're not trading the news. I'm not thinking what dollar is going to do, whether it's going to go up or down, or what the news is going to say. We're not reacting to the news. We're reacting to the moment of the news. So we have a buy setup on CAD, we will put the buy. We have a buy setup on Aussie, we will put the buy. It doesn't matter. It might go one way only, but for now we are following the patterns. We're not following the news. Swiss, sideways, it's a sell. We do have this. Out of the news, we can buy this. In the news, we're not going to buy it, because in the news, even if it goes, it's just going to go break this top and then come back. Right? It's going to be more like that. The CAD, on the other hand, has a bigger spike to the upside. This has a drop. We're not going to sell it, take it off. I think we're going to leave this, because if this break, it's just going to come. It might not even break this. It could just come here and go back up. Yen, definitely a sell. Go 20 pips below. That is going to be 35, so you'll have to be at 0.5. No, you'll have to be at 15, sorry. Put it at 10, put it 14, 15, somewhere here. So you have to be a little away from the price for that. Can this go up? Can the yen be an upside? Let's take this out. I'll take this out so it doesn't bias you. Can this be an up move, making a flat here for the upside? It's possible. But the upside in this one might be limited. I don't think this is all the consolidation. Even if it is, it's not going to give you a big spike. And yen, we're literally trying to get it to the downside rather than to the upside. Right? The bigger picture is to the downside. So that's for this was going to be a sell. Natural gas, sell. On some platform, this did not break the low, but you definitely want to get the sell. You'll have to decide where, my traders know that you'll have to decide where to put that entry order so that it doesn't tag you should it go back up. I think this downside is really good. right? We're looking at this whole flat here, and there's a possibility that this thing really drops. So keep your eye on this one. Oil. Okay, you might get a sell set up. Is it back at the top? Not as yet. I'm expecting it to come here first and then look for the sell setup. It's going up, but really slow. So I don't think we'll be interested in the sell. You can put the sell. Don't worry with the buy. What if it's a contracting flat? What if it stays like this and drop? Right? What if it stays like that and drop? So you can go with the sell, put the sell under the low. You want them to totally break out of that structure before you go, right? We want this to drop. We don't want, if it goes up, it's just a flat. If it goes up, it's making a flat, and then it's going to drop. So the sell is still the best idea. We put it as a sell. Here's 30. Okay, this you can go with a buy. I think it can go. There is a sudden drop that should happen. Right, we should get something like this. That will confirm this flat. And then the upside. If you want to put it for a buy, you can do that. If you want to put it for a sell, you can do that. Both sides possible right now. Which means this could still make a spike and then do this. Right, so you can put it both sides. I'll put this as blue, which means both sides you can take the trade. Decide which side you want to take it. I think we'll go with a buy here. And NASDAQ, we'll go with the buy. We had a pullback already, so we'll go with the buy. Right, you have to decide where to put those entries. I'm just giving you the direction. Because when it concerns these, you will have to decide for yourself where it will not tag you should it drop. Your entry has to be away from the price so it doesn't tag you. Right? So we're all set to go. My traders know what to do. Set your trades up. We'll go. We'll trade it. For those traders who are on YouTube, you may want to just watch us do this. The first time I think we're doing it live on YouTube. The last time we removed the video. I think this time we'll decide if we're going to keep the video or remove it. It's a very, 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 very risky strategy. Let me put it this way. I only do this when I'm in the room with my traders. None of my traders, I don't think my traders take the risk in doing it because you have to be quick. And if you're going to hesitate in making decisions, you're going to take a loss instead of getting out for break even when you need to get out for break even. We have this very strict rules on this strategy, how it works. I mean, really strict rules. Even if I think it's still going to go, but the rule says close it, we close the trade. Right? So you don't want to do this by yourself. We're going to go into 1 minute and do it. Now, we still have 15 minutes to go before the news. I'm just going to put it in the euro. I'm going to put it in the 1 minute. By the way, anybody, any questions before you go? The names of the 3 winners, again, we'll put them back. We'll put them up again. I realized some of them just came in. I'll put up the names again here. This is from FundedNext Partners. You can see the names here. Ivan, you're in it. These are the names. You guys need to contact them, and they will set you up. All right, contact them. They'll tell you what they need, and they'll set you up with the accounts. Once again, thank you to them for that. Let's hope they can give us more. Right? We'll see if we can negotiate more with them. Right? So if you guys are supportive to them, I think they might give us more. And some of our traders are going to be buying bigger accounts of them. Again, my personal view, you should not take any account from anyone unless you think you're successful. Don't buy anything unless you think you're successful. Pay to gain knowledge. If you have money and you have to spend it, you spend your money to get knowledge first. Because without the knowledge, you're not going to be successful. I still am to find anybody who is successful with no knowledge in the field that they're in. Right? I doubt you would hire somebody to do repairs in your house if the person come and said, well, you know what? I have no idea how to do that, but I'll give it a try. Right? If you invite somebody to come repair your water line or, I don't know, your electricity, and he comes in and he said, well, I've never actually done this before. I've never finished any courses or any school or anything. I just decided I'm going to do it yesterday, and I'm going to give it a try. I think you're going to turn him away immediately. And you're saying, well, I was going to give trading a try with no knowledge. Congratulations. You're about to lose your account. So here is what we can do for every one of you who within, let's say, right now, as we are here, every one of you who send me a message, if you're already not in my group, or if you're already not in the installment program and you've never been, well, even if you've been before but you left for whatever reason, if you send me a message right now on Skype, we will give you 1 month free access to the trading room. This is what it looks like. Those sessions will not be in YouTube. So to the end, today is what? Today is the 11th. Let's say to the end of January, 2 weeks. We're going to give you 2 weeks free access to the end of January. Send me a message right now on Skype. My Skype is type MANGAL 457. Send me a message there right now. It's only accessible to people who send me the message now and within the next hour after we close. So if you're watching this video within the hour after we close, all the messages I got now is 5:21 my time. All the messages I got until 6. We'll finish here about 6 o'clock until 7 p.m. my time. We'll get free access for 2 weeks to the trading room. We'll add you to the installment program, and then you will see what they see. You will get what they get. Right? So that's what I can do for you. I think this message is going to be to the people who actually come live, the people who are on YouTube right now, and the people who follow me very often, right? And who are not in the program already, who are not with us already. You will have 2 weeks to see what it looks like being in the trading room itself. Right now, the guys who are inside Zoom see what it's doing. The guys who are chatting in Zoom. Those who signed up, or those who are not on YouTube, you can see what is happening. You're chatting in Zoom. You will also see how we trade the news, because we do it every time for everybody in the installment program as well. So you will have access to those as well. You'll get much more details in the charts that we do. You'll have an idea what it is. So if you're watching now, or if you're watching after an hour after this is finished, send me the message. We'll add you to it. That said, let's go back to what we were doing. We have 8 more minutes. I'll put this under 1 minute. And any questions, my traders, anything you guys want to look at before I go here? Set up your trades. Let's go. Brandon or Brandon, which is Brendan, right? I think it's an E. Brendan, right? We know where all the dollar pairs are going to go in one direction if it's a dollar movement. What we're doing is we're not trading the news. We're trading the patterns. And we're not expecting Aussie and CAD to go in the same direction, but we have a buy setup on CAD and we have a buy setup on Aussie. And one of them will go if anything happens. 80% of the time, nothing happens. So we're not trying to predict what the news is going to be and where dollar is going to go based on the news. We don't care about that. I don't even look at the news and the results of the news. We're not trading the news. We're trading the moment of the news. Now, this is a whole different thing. You will have to be with us to see how this is done. Send me a message on Skype. You'll be inside. You will see how we do it. It's a whole different way of trading. Right? News does not move the market. The market moves at the moment of the news. The news is like an instrument. They use that moment to move the market. Right? The people who can move the market, they make the news. They don't need the news to dictate what they do. They actually make the news. They're the news makers. Those who can move the market, they can make the news. So they don't need the news to dictate where they go. They can use that moment to make it happen. It's a moment in time you need to catch. Bitcoin, we'll take a look. Exactly like they do with anything, with any instrument. For gold, we have it as a sell. We didn't have gold went up already this piece. Well, we really don't have any trade in the gold. Let me go into 5 minutes very quick and see. Like I said, it has to break this top before we go for the sell. So I wouldn't put on any trade on it. I can see the possibility of it dropping. The bigger picture is downside. We prefer to do that after the news. So when it breaks that up, I'll put this like this. You see what I'm showing you, right? And if I get it like this, then it's a sell setup from the top coming. This was a sell setup. This was a sell setup. You can see them, right? You can see the sells. These are sells. These are sells. This is a sell here. There's a sell there. There's a sell there. All these are sells inside here. There was a sell setup here that we took, right? So these are sell setups. I needed to break this top here first. Go there, come back, give me a flag here, and then sell. That will be after the news. During the news, the chances, I don't think it's going to drop this fast here. But if you guys want to put a sell in the news on this one, it hasn't broken the top, you have to put an entry here. For my traders, it's a risky one. They can tag you and still go break the top. Right? It can come back here, tag you, and still go break the top. If the top was broken, then it would be great. Right? So I still think it's downside. I don't think this is going to break out and take off. I think we're still in this structure for some more downside. We're actually in a bigger flat, put it this way, 4 minutes more. We're actually in this pattern. And I think this one is still going to come a little lower before you go back up for this flat. See? So I think this could drop one more and then start going back up. Let's see if that happens. It's definitely not showing me a buy. So go back to the 15, go back to the 1 minute. And if you want to put it, I think you can put a sell here. Probably somewhere here. With the hope that this actually drops back to the bottom here. That might make sense. So let's go to the euro. Did anything else besides gold move? Because I can't see it. I don't have them all open. Let me open again. I think gold is the only thing that went up a little. What changed my vision about trading? I think you mean what makes me choose wave analysis, if that is what you're asking. What brought me to trading was a disaster. So that's a whole long story. What brought me into trading was more of a disaster for me, personal disaster that got me into trading. What made me choose what I'm doing like wave analysis? Well, I actually studied everything. The first thing I studied was, we have 3 more minutes? Yeah. The first thing I studied was $5,000 I paid to learn support and resistance. That is a very good experience. That's a very expensive experience. $5,000 to learn nothing because it didn't work and it's not working and it's useless. But I learned something. I still learn. I learned what didn't work. And that means I went in the search for what works. I paid $5,000 and then realized that's a waste of time. So then I went to look for what worked. And the $5,000 was only to be there for a couple of weeks. After that, to remain, we had to pay $200 a month to remain with that guy. To stay with him, you have to pay him $200 a month and use a chart that he's giving you to use. But basically, a free chart you can get on TradingView is the same chart he's giving you. But you pay him $200 to use it. He has a few indicators on it, and you pay $200 to use that. And I paid for a couple of months more, and I decided I had enough of it, and I moved on. I wrote him a thank you letter and moved on to learn. I tried almost everything you can possibly try in trading. Learned everything. 2 years, I did not trade. I was studying, very intensive. I still do that 7-8 hours a day, every single day. We start in the Asian session and we end late in the New York session. And I am here 3-4 times a day. And in between, I still look at the charts and still keep practicing and keep watching for patterns and learning, looking at changing, if the patterns are changing and all of that stuff. What I find is that patterns are the only thing that gives you an edge, that actually gives you an edge in the market. Everything else it's there. You can use it, you can don't use it. You can draw support and resistance everywhere and it's useless. It doesn't tell you what the market is going to do. You can't visualize what will happen in support and resistance or Ichimoku or all the other things. And you're putting it, you can just buy and sell without using all those stuff, and you will have the same advantages using them. The difference with wave analysis is a forecast mechanism. It allows you to do forecasts. It's coming down, we're dropping, right? So you're tagged in the trade, put your stop above here. If it goes back there, we don't want the trade, we'll take the loss. And now we'll manage it. The first minute tag, not a problem. Right? You have to wait to see what the second minute does. You don't want it to pull back. Remember, this is a momentum strategy. So we don't want it to pull back. We want it to keep going. You want the second minute to break the low, the third minute to break the low, the fourth minute to break the low, and keep going. The minute it stops breaking the low, you're tagged on the yen sell. How come it goes? It went 20 pips down. The yen sell went so low. Okay, take the loss on the yen then. If you got tagged on the sell. Take the loss on it. Don't keep it. Then you should, I forget we were in YouTube and I forgot to tell him where to put the stop on it, right? So UJ, if you got tagged here, the stop should actually have been right here. See, that's the problem why I tell you guys don't trade it, because my traders know where the stop go. You have to put a stop right here. Just where that first candle starts to go down, that's where the stop goes, because this moment strategy is not for bigger move up. This is actually going up. So you would have to take this as a loss, right? So UJ would be a loss. Euro, we still have to manage. Right now, this is the second minute it's going. Anybody, my traders, type what trades you're in. What trades you got tagged in? Gold, you took the gold one. You're in the gold sell. Okay, great. It's going. The second candle is low, so that's okay. Stay with that. Silver should be positive as well. Silver is going. Right, it broke. You could have got it a little closer here. It doesn't matter. It's going. The second candle is lower, so we stay with it. Aussie sell. You took the Aussie. You took the sell on the Aussie, not the buy. Okay, good. The buy wouldn't have tagged you, but if you took the sell, then it's okay. Well, let me see where this is going. Also, you got to watch it now. Watch this low, because I don't think it's going to drop much more than that low, even if it goes there. Also, you want to consider taking profit anytime soon. Go back to the 1 minute. As soon as it stops, take profit. It's going still, right? As soon as the 1 minute stop and starts to consolidate, close the trade on the Aussie. Gold, you can hold it longer. Right? You can hold this longer. The first minute pull back, not a problem. And if it pulls back to the price, we start looking for exit strategy, right? We want it to go lower. Right? This can go. Now that it broke the top, you see what I said with gold? You wanted to break the top before you go with the sell, right? You want to make sure that the top is broken before you go for the sell. But now that the top is broken, the sell is good. Right? So the sell on gold is good. You got to watch it here now. It's pulling back on the 1 minute. That's the first pullback, no problem. Your stop for gold should be above the top here. Okay, that's 2 minutes pulling back. That's not good. Now we start look for exit, which means if it doesn't go and break the low again within the next 2 minutes or so, we're looking to close the trade at break even. Not necessarily in this one. That is just one pullback. So you wait for it to come back here and you close to break even, which means this trade didn't go the way we expected to go. We expected to drop through the bottom. It doesn't go. You're looking for a break even now. Right? Not on the first two candles that go back, because if it's going to continue to go up, you put a stop here. First thing you do is you put a stop here, right? That's your protective mechanism. The second thing is this sometimes starts to do this if it's going to go up, and that's your exit, or it can do this. Right? If it drops like this, we stay with it. If it starts to do this, we close the trade, because then that is going to go up. And that is a totally different trade. That has nothing to do with this strategy. See, everything is still in consolidation. So the Aussie will definitely go back up. Euro would go back up because they're still in sideways. So what we're going to do with the euro, once it comes back here, if it doesn't keep going, you close. We want to see if you're going to get small candles, right? If this just passed through, we stay with it. No panic. Very, very quietly, very calmly, we do this. See? Let's watch the candles. Don't worry. Your stop for euro has to be above it. All your stop has to go above the top there now. All stops. That's the maximum loss you're going to take, right? You've decided in that. Every minute candle here counts, right? So if it's not making new lows, you're looking for exit. So this one is pull back, but it's not going. So if it's not going, the next one could probably do this and you close the trade. That's it. It's no longer valid based on the strategy. So the next one doesn't break through, it stops here. Take break even. Based on this strategy, that is a break even trade, right? You can't allow 4, 5, 6 minutes. You only have about 3 minutes to decide. if it's going, which means momentum means this candle needs to go there, and this one needs to go there, and this one needs to go, and it keeps going. That means we catch momentum. Right now, it's just a trade. So take break even, close the trade. Same for gold, same for all of them. So if gold come back to this level here, take break even. See, this one came back, this one came back, close to break even. Same for anyone you're in. Aussie, right? Comes back here, take break even. Well, it depends on where you sell it. I don't know where you sell it. Take break even because it can go back up. The strategy, momentum strategy is off. It means whatever, it doesn't mean the chart can't go down more. It means the strategy for momentum is off. We take break even in those trades, we close them. Any other trades anybody is tagged on, so we can take a look. US 30, one of our traders took the sell in the US 30. Okay, this, if you didn't close it, is going to come back here. Close it, take the break even, and then we will wait for the 5-minute or the 15-minute sell should that happen. Right, so once that is over, 100 doing the running flat. Let's see. Let's go back to the higher time frame. This was a buy here, and we had it as a buy. So yes, the possible running flat here. Yep, we're thinking, this morning we said this could possibly do a running flat, so that would be upside, which means if you're in any sell, this is still a buy setup, but you can buy it from the bottom here, go back if we get the flag earlier. You're not going to get a flag in the news, so you have to put entry above the top. There's a likelihood this is going to continue to go up. Right? So good. So that is over. Close all the trades, so break even. It didn't go. That's okay. So we'll come back. We'll go back to the higher time frame where we trade the 15 minutes, the 1 hour, and we're going to look for setup. This would be a buy. This is still a buy, but this is a 1 hour buy now. This has nothing to do with the momentum strategy. Right? This is a buy here with a stop under this low for a bigger target, a much bigger target. So let's go back. Dollar index. See, we're still in the consolidation. We're still completing these patterns. If you took the trade, you would have got a break even and take the break even. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have 1, 2, 3. I think it went up, then came down. And now we have 1, 2. We have to go back up for 3. And then we're going to come down to complete this pattern. So let me go back to the 1 minute and you can see that. So it first came down. That means we only have one piece up. I'm going to put the first move was down and then up. So this piece ended here. This one ended here. We're still in this one. Right? So that is this one. It still has to come back and retest the low and then go back up. We'll look for a buy setup. Right? So if we're trading this, we will let it come back to the low. Let me go back to the 1 minute so you can see it. I would let this come back all the way here and then we look for a buy setup. Don't try to sell it here. It's going to come back. And then we look for a buy setup because we're still in this. Right? We're still in this. And that means this could pull back here and then go. It's still a consolidation. It hasn't really gone anywhere as yet. We're still here. That means silver will do the same thing, go right back up. Silver broke. It needs to go back up. It will probably even come back here. So we need to know which side it went first. Let me go back to the 1 minute here and see which side it went first, see which piece we're going to. It actually dropped, then go back up and then come. Well, if it dropped, we're looking at this in the 5 minutes. The first move was down and then up. We just completed this. If it came down and go up, that is a completion of this. We still could come back down. But that's a different trade. This could still come back down. Take the first trade as break even, and now we look for a sell setup. It could still come back down all the way back to here because this time we might come back. The downside, even if you take it to this one, it went back, it's going to come back down, and then we're coming to retest these lows before we go back up. So there is a good chance we will get a sell setup. We'll need a flag for that. We'll wait for a flag. After the news, you're not going to get any good trade until about 2-3 hours. We'll need flags. We'll need small flags, 15 minutes flags, 5 minutes flags before we take any trade, any direction. Basically, nothing happened. In a couple hours, you wouldn't even know that there was a spike there or there was a drop or anything. It is still part of the consolidation. So the best thing is to either see if you can get a trade here, if it can make a flag here and come here, and then we'll take this trade up. I need it to come and break these lows. If it comes and break these lows, it confirms the pattern we're looking at, and then we'll be looking for this trade up. Complete this one, retest the low, and then go back up. So those are the trades we're looking for. Right now, it's just going sideways. Nothing much is happening. The same with gold. Gold broke the top, so there's a good chance we can come and break this low. You might get a flag here in gold for a sell. That would be a 15 minutes or 5 minutes flag. So you can wait for that if you want. Wait for it to make a flag here. And then go for the next trade. So we can be stuck here for the next 2 hours. And then we'll get a sell setup again. Only this time we're going for the bigger picture. And we're likely going to break through this low. Right? So now gold has the pattern we wanted to do. Break the top there. We can make an argument that this was all the correction. That this piece has an expanding flat in it. This is a 1, 2, 3. This breaks the top, which is the equivalent of this. And now if you get a flag here like this, see that flag there? If you get something like that, it confirms the downside. So that would be within the next couple hours before you get a flag there. And maybe 2 or 3 hours. And the same would go for euro. Euro came down. This might, let me just see what the bigger picture is. This is a really big move. So I think we might go with the assumption that it is equivalent to this one. This one actually came down here, 1, 2, 3. If we came back here, we might even go back and then come. We need to break this top before we drop. So can we put this as a 1, 2, 3, and this as a 1, 2, 3 here? Then the chances are this might even go back, break the top, and then come back. Even if it comes here, it will just come to about here and then go back up. All of this will be one big consolidation. It's not going in. If you get a flag here, you can sell it, but only to break this low. Not to break this low. We haven't broken the top as yet. We need to break through that top, then come back. Pong might be a better one. Pong came down nice. As expected, it should go lower. You can wait for a flag here now. It will probably make a flag here, and then we'll expect it to drop here, and then we're going up. So as expected, this come down. I don't know if any one of you took the Pong, but you still take the break even on it, right? Don't keep it. Based on the strategy we have, it's over. So you take the break even now and you wait for the flag. So it could make a flag. There's a good. Okay, Ivan, you take care and congrats once again. Wait for this, come here, and then go for this one. So once we complete this pattern here, we're looking for an upside. If you don't get anything here, let it drop, and then we look for the buy setup. Basically, that's it. So, okay, guys, thank you for coming. Thanks for your patience. I think we will make this session short because there's not much we can do right now. Everything just moved. You have to wait for consolidations to go. For our traders, you can get in the trading room and continue trading, right? For the YouTube viewers, thank you for coming. Send me that message on Skype, and we will give you 2 weeks access to the trading room. You'll see how we do what we do, and you'll make your decision if you want to join us. The plan this year for our group is to make all our traders successful. Every single one. We'll be doing a lot of one-on-one with them. Can you look at the chart symbols for NG? No, not right now. Right now, we just close it today. Sorry. We'll do that next time. Join us. We'll do it for you tomorrow. So thank you guys for coming. See all of you. Take care. Trade with care. See you tomorrow. You're welcome. Thanks, guys. Bye. Don't forget to leave a comment, like the video, leave a comment, and watch the video to the end again. We need that. We need more traders to see it. Thank you very much. Bye.